let's make progress. Okay, Pwalugu Dam. The persons involved in the $12 million misappropriation must be prosecuted. And let me read the story for you. Edward Bauer, who's MP for Bongo, is the one who is making this assertion here. He says the Member of Parliament for Bongo, Edward Bauer, is demanding for the prosecution of persons responsible for the stalled Pwalugu Multipurpose Irrigation Dam project. The project was commissioned in 2019 and was expected to have been completed within 50 months. However, the Minority Caucus in Parliament expressed its dissatisfaction with the progress of work at the site during a recent visit. Now, in an interview with Citi News, Edward Bauer emphasized that the NDC's MPs will diligently pursue the completion of the dam to its logical conclusion, seeking accountability for the delays. And I quote, "We are asking exactly what they use the $12 million for. These are the answers we are not getting. And that is part of the reason why we decided to go to the site and see what is happening. We got there and realized that nothing had been done. So it behooves on the government to find a way of ensuring these monies are retrieved and whoever is involved is prosecuted. And if $12 million US dollars, you can't find anything there, it tells you that a crime is to be investigated. And whoever is involved in this must be made to face the full rigors of the law." Okay. Eric.
Yeah.
Is it not presumptuous to say, and I'm asking a question,
Yes.
is it not presumptuous to say
Yes.
that just because we don't know where the $12 million went and how it was spent,
Yes.
that a crime has been committed?
Well, it suggests that
Okay.
a crime has been committed,
Okay.
and I don't think that is presumptuous at all. In fact, they are not telling us where the money has gone, who has received the money, and for what work. So why can we not presume that something untoward has happened? Yes, so it's clear. And I have listened to a couple of MPP communicators who have also lamented about this particular issue. You know, so the $12 million, where has the money gone to? Who received the money? What did the person do with the money? They should tell us. And it's been a while now. And they are not saying anything. They are struggling. Perhaps they may come out with a press conference after some 2 weeks. They will come and cook some story and come and throw dust in our eyes. But you see, it is not the only of its kind. You know, we know about the SkyTrain. Monies were paid, SML, PDS, National Cathedral, Cecilia Dapa. So these things have happened a lot. Attorney General is not interested in any of these ones because it is these guys who are in power, and this money perhaps is going into their pockets and their homes, and they are finding this money in their wardrobes and all of that, so he doesn't care. So he's only chasing an opponent which money was paid. In fact, if the money had not been paid to the supplier of the ambulance, they would not be saying that we want to refund the money. And then people say we want to refund them, and Attorney General say, no, I just want to put this man in jail, so that George and his communicators will come out and say, yes, you see, we have jailed many NDC activists, functionaries, immediately they are corrupt. But for us, nobody can jail us, so we are not corrupt. That is all. So they want to, and because the man is so vocal, the minority leader is so vocal, so let's just put him in jail. So look, one too many of these things. Monies, we know about SML report that even the president was hiding until pressure was brought on him and he released it, and you can see the rot there. We know about the PDS, we know about the National Cathedral, the money that has been sunk in there, the SkyTrain, so they have paid so much money all over the place. We don't know where these monies have gone to. Maybe in their pockets, maybe in their homes, nobody knows. So yes, clearly the Pwalugu Dam, you know, a lot of people have made commentaries on this, and they have stated that this has been on the drawing board for many past governments. Indeed, I believe it's a project they know that is going to be very helpful to the people in the north. And so if we are able to do it, it will be very helpful. I believe past governments had difficulties in in doing it and all of that. So when you come and you rush and to go and cut a salt, and if you don't believe it's going to happen, why would you rush to go and cut a salt? And then you cut a salt for it for everybody to say, yeah, the project is coming. And then you are taking credit for it by cutting salt. That, oh yeah, in fact, I heard the flag bearer of MPP in an interview saying that, yeah, that is the signature or the most major program and project they have done and all of that.
Pwalugu Dam.
Yes, the Pwalugu Dam. And then later on, and I believe that was a couple of years back. And then now he's saying, oh, yes, we are sorry we didn't do it, but I will do it when I come now. You know, and we have heard too many of such promises, and we don't believe in them at all.
Let me give you some context here. Yeah. So on a Citi News article published on the 10th of May, that's just a couple of weeks ago, it says here, and in an exclusive interview with Citi News, Bernard Otabel, the Director of Communications at the Bank of Ghana, clarified the bank's role as a custodian of government accounts, insisting that it operates within the bounds of its mandate and cannot be faulted for executing authorized transactions. We at the Central Bank are actually the chief cashiers of the government, and we also hold all government's accounts. So we would act on instructions that have been given to us. Once that approval has been sought and the project is started, then you also have the role of the Ministry of Finance at some point coming in to also look at what has been submitted and whether it's actually in line with what has been submitted with the contract that has been solely specified, and when satisfied with the supporting documents that need to be presented. But finally, you also have the controller and accountant general coming in and making that authorization for payments to be made, and that comes to us. Okay, so the contractor is the one who has received these monies. Now, so earlier in the story, it says that the central bank explains that the payment to the contractors, MS Power China International Group Limited, was released solely upon the government's authorization. So there is an entity called MS Power China International Group Limited, and they have received this. Well, supposedly
that granted, no work is on the side. Just like Big C received 2 million and sent some buses, and they said that these buses are not fit for purpose. So if the contractor received $12 million, far more than what was paid to Big C, then there must be something in there that the Attorney General must chase. So we are not saying that we cannot trace who authorized the payment. It should be traceable. Clearly between the Minister of Finance and the Controller and Accountant General's office. We should know. Yeah, as for Bank of Ghana, yes, I agree that they only make payment on behalf of government. If they don't get any instruction from anywhere, they wouldn't do the payment. Yes, so yes, clearly. But you see, when they face the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament, you will see that the government, everybody, they were just looking at each other's face. Oh, we didn't see any certificate. You know, because before you pay contractor, there must be a certificate for work done. We didn't see any certificate, and so everybody is on the air. So how can we pay this money? And they all look stupid, because they didn't know who actually authorized it and on what account did the person authorize this payment, and why did you also do it? Is it enough that they just sent a memo that we should pay and all of that? So everybody looks stupid. Nobody is interested in investigating this. Nobody will ever investigate this if Bawumia becomes the president of Ghana. We will never get this money back. And all the others are mentioned. Well, is it speaking about it? Is Bawumia complaining about it? It's not. It's not. MPP communicators, they are not complaining about it. They don't care about this. They don't care about this, and so nobody is going to bring this up. In fact, as a matter of fact, even if Bawumia doesn't think that it is right, he wouldn't want to bring this up to perhaps damage his relationship or damage the fortunes of his party, and so they won't talk about it. And so they are okay with it. And so all these monies that we are hearing, all these scandals, nobody is going to get anything if Bawumia becomes the president of this country. In fact, they will come and loot more. That's all they will do.
George.
David.
Some pretty damning
no, David. So you see, the good thing about this whole discussion is that, thankfully, one of the advantages of your platform is the fact that it's not like some of the media platforms where anybody can just sit and make vile allegations and just go away, and then you have a host also singing the same song. You know, it's quite obvious that lawyer is very, very unfamiliar and has very limited knowledge. And so he was just going about casting insinuations, saying practically nothing. And I will pardon him for that. If I were him, I would have just awarded my time to the other person who has something to say on the matter. And that would have been doing the work of the Lord. Now back to the issue of Pwalugu. It is good that we set it in a proper context. First, for education purposes, let us let the people out there know that when the Auditor General cites something in its report, it is not conclusive as the commission of a crime or corruption whatsoever. Now, if the Auditor General does not understand anything in a transaction or cannot trace anything within the period of the audit, it will flag it. Okay. What it does is that it gives the other party whose act or action has been flagged the opportunity to respond. And so we have had certain instances where people have gone before the Public Accounts Committee for such flagging. They have provided the relevant documents, and then those things have been expunged from public records because they were able to prove that A, B, C, and D that I was cited for, these are the evidence to it, and then so now it is no longer about any criminality whatsoever. So let's then make that clear. That if you see something in the Auditor General's report, it does not necessarily mean that a crime has been committed. If the person fails to respond with the adequate information, then other processes can be instituted, investigations whatsoever. And personally, I will be the first person to call for investigation where wrong have been done. I am a young person. The future of Ghana belongs to us young people, and we are interested in safeguarding it. Now, back to the main issues. When we talk about Pwalugu, we should ask ourselves what this project is about. First and foremost, the Pwalugu Multipurpose Dam is in two phases. The first part, so you see, it's a contract that is existing between two ministries, the Ministries of Energy and Agriculture. Okay. Now, the first part, which is under the Ministry of Energy, is costing about $588 million. It consists of a 60-megawatt hydro electric dam, so hydro dam that's going to provide electricity for us. That is on the one side. And it also has a 50-megawatt capacity solar panel system that is also on stream. Now, when you look at the other side of it, that is where you have the Pwalugu irrigation project. Now, the irrigation project is costing us about $404 million, they estimate. Now, this is what happened. If you read the contract, you realize that there are some provisions in the contract that we need to put out there. Now, per the contract, the government of Ghana was supposed to give Power China, the organization that is doing this, a mobilization of 12% of the contract sum. So when you look at 12% of $404 million, it runs to about $48 million. Now, in addition to this, in order to safeguard the interest of Ghanaians, the government recommended that before it gives that mobilization of that 12%, there should be a bank guarantee that provides for more than what the mobilization is. So if the mobilization is 48 million, the bank guarantee should be more than 48 million, so that in any case, if you default, the bank can be called to pay back to the state what the state is looking for. Now, this is what happened. The 11.9 million that has been paid, that has been cited by the Auditor General, is 25% of the mobilization requested by the contractor. Okay. So 25, the government did not even pay the whole 48 million, but paid 25% of the mobilization. And let's ask ourselves, was a bank guarantee provided? Yes, a bank guarantee was provided. It was provided for by Stanbic Bank. Okay. Stanbic Bank. And the bank guarantee is worth $60.7 million. Okay. Which is more than even the 48 million. Yeah. And in any case, the government did not even offload the whole 48 million. They offloaded 11.9 million. Now, people have been making issues about what has been done and what has been done. And I would be glad if you permit me to go through some of the things that have been done on the project. Okay. If you've had any idea of project management, you know that a project does not start when you put, you hit the ground with a pickaxe whatsoever. A lot of things happen. Yeah. And I would like to go through them for you. Now, before the start of the project, there was what is called environmental and social impact assessment. This was done in December, was concluded in December 2020. They also did the geological and geotechnical studies and drawings. This was concluded in November 2021. Okay. They also did the soil and land sustainability assessment, concluded in November 2021. They also did the design and drawing from parts 1 to part 3 of the project, concluded in November 2021. Okay. And then also they developed a resettlement action plan, which was concluded in March 2022. Okay. And then they did the cadastral survey in July 2020. Now, beyond this, there are some other things too that have been done. You know, when you are doing a construction work, you usually set up a construction site where you'll be moving to and fro, where you have your cars and everything, the staff and all of that. Now, this is what the contractor has done. So if you go to, there's a place called, there's a stretch called Sariba to Pasimpe. Listeners, you forgive me if I got the pronunciation wrong, because I am a Kumasi boy and Asante, and some of these pronunciation can be quite heavy on the tongue of somebody who is used to the mixing R and L. Yeah. So the construction of an access road on the side of the Sariba to Pasimba road. This is the construction of a 5.2 kilometer access road which will lead the contractor from where they are currently being to the project site. So they've constructed this. It's a 5.2 kilometer road. Now, the contractor has also set up an office space. This covers a space of 2,200 square kilometers. It has 10 blocks for the office complexes, and they also have a residential facility that houses not less than 72 people. Now, beyond this, they've also done some other things like the purchasing of cars and all those things that would be used. And these are things that you will not see on the construction site. And all these come under mobilization. So, for me, I think that what all of us need to do, or probably what the minority should have done, or what I think they should have known, was to request for what the contractor has done. And for the contractor to come and lay all these things out, so that we can now say that, okay, you have said these things, you have done these things, maybe the price tags for these things, we don't agree with them, so we want to subject them to order. Which is fair, you understand. But per the mobilization that has been given to the contractor, the bank guarantee that covers this mobilization, what the contractor has actually done, all the feasibility, all the other works and everything, it is improper for a lawyer of such repute to sit on national television and ridicule himself by saying nothing and
you think I'm ridiculing?
No, you are ridiculing yourself. You are ridiculing yourself because you know next to nothing as to what has been done. I sat here and I was watching you speak. You don't know anything about the technicalities of the issues, and yet you just say anything at all and just go around singing like a bird.
Okay.
I think that we need to speak to the facts. We need to speak to the facts of the issues.
David, let me comment on
yes. Please wrap it up quickly for me.
You can go ahead.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Yes. You see, you know, the mobilization is intended to advance the work. You know, to advance a project.
Yes.
Yeah, to facilitate the project. So since the mobilization has been paid, what has happened so far? You see, these guys, they know how to throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians, because there's a comprehensive speaking notes issued by their communication directorate that follow this. Say, if you look at the payment, they said the payment was labeled as final payment. You understand? Final payment. It might be a mistake. By mistake, all these people, all these offices, all these people who claim to be very competent, and then the Minister of Finance, auditor, and Controller, Accountant General's office, to Bank of Ghana, they say final payment, and then you pay the money, and nothing is happening. And now you sit down here and say it's mobilization, they bought vehicles, they constructed roads. So what is happening?
But Eric, to be fair,
yes.
Even if you see final payment,
yes,
we should know what the contract sum was and what the mobilization amount should have been.
And whose error? Whose error is that?
So
they have over $900 million. I'm not going to hold brief for them. They are supposed to get it right.
Okay,
fair. Yes, they are supposed to get it.
Yeah, but we all make mistakes.
Yeah, but the point is that you see, the most important question is what I've asked. That you see, so what has happened since? Why is the contractor not on site? If you have paid this money and they are supposed to be on site to be working and they are not working, and why is it that nobody can explain this until a speaking notice issued to them to go and parrot this or the because look, no, David, don't say no. David, I'm saying that when they went 12. No, David, when they went to Parliament, no, the people who authorized and paid the money, when they went to Parliament, the question was put to them. They were not able to answer the question. They were looking at each other's face. It is not George that will come and provide me the answer. They should call a press conference. They should call a press
But
conference.
who were the people who were sitting there who were being asked?
Official from Bank of Ghana.
Exactly.
Yes, and then from Controller and Counter General's office. They were all there, and ever since, when did they go to Parliament? Have you heard anything else apart from what you are hearing from George? And you want us to believe this? How many Ghanaians believe this? You want us to believe that the money in Cecilia Johnson's house, Cecilia Dapa's house, was money, her brother's money, or the funeral donations and all of that? So they know how to throw that into the eyes of the general public. That's what that is saying. Nobody believes this. I don't believe.
You don't believe it at all?
At all. Nothing is that.
Really?
Nothing in that is believable. Nobody believes that. Oh. Why is the contractor not on site? That is the question. Why is the contractor? If you pay the contractor some money, even if you haven't paid all of the money, does that mean that you should pack and leave? And I even understand that the blocks, there were a few blocks on the side, they were even sold. The blocks were even sold. The contractor sold the blocks to one Alhaji and left.
Cadastral drawings, the various preparations, the geological surveys.
They are confusing you.
Even you.
Yes. No, I'm telling you that those things, I'm telling you that those things are all lies. I'm telling you that those things are all lies. They were not able to defend this for all this time, and then now they realize that they are pushed to the wall so much, so and then they come out with this cock and bull story and come and tell Ghanaians so that they say, we did this. What did they do? Why is the contractor not on site? And again, you see, but he said something which is very important. He said that what the minority should be doing is to invite the contractor and ask the contractor why he didn't do this.
I agree.
No, you see, the minority visited the site. You should know that MPs visited the site.
Yes, but have you talked to the contractor?
Bauer was there. Well, we don't even know the contractor. We don't know what the contractor is. They should provide.
Power.
MS, so we should go be looking for them.
No, Google them. No,
the government has it is this government that has responsibility for the project. They should bring the contractor. They should answer the questions. And what is throwing to the public is not an answer.
I need to make some clarification.
Fair enough. But we ran out of time. So 10 seconds, please.
So you see, David.
Yes.
I think that there are things that we need to educate people on. Any loan that is contracted is done in Parliament. All parliamentarians have access to whoever the loan is being granted. And so if you have a lawyer sitting on set and telling us that MPs don't know where the contractor is, it means that he's not speaking as a lawyer.
No, but I've already addressed that issue.
Pedestrian.
The contractor has run away. So why?
Why is it David?
You should provide the contractor.
The important questions that we need to
ask. You can be lying to us all the time, and then everything you tell us, then we take it.
Let's wrap it up.
No, he's having a final say. He was here before I came, so I have to interject. Okay, you come back to me.
David, this is not fair.
Quickly. Your 10 seconds has run out.
So you see, David, there are important questions that we have to ask. It's one, was there a bank guarantee for the mobilization that was given? Was a mobilization given? What was given? These are important questions that we need to ask ourselves, and we have answered it on our part. If there is anybody who does not believe in these things,
they should also go and find out.
But David, the last thing I want to say is
that my 10 seconds
one of my very good friends, he's a pastor of the Church of Pentecost. He's called Pastor Pascal, West Hills, PIWC. Today is his birthday. I wish him a happy birthday and God's divine blessing.
Oh, okay. Well, so we are wrapping up. But you see, I'm saying that, look, if they want to answer to some of these questions, they should organize a press conference so that we can ask them questions. The media can ask them questions. Or they should go to Parliament so that MPs can. But on radio like this, where you come and put these things, and nobody believes them. And nobody should believe them. Listeners and viewers, nobody should believe these stories. Cock and bull stories.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.